Guys, the time is 4:03. Does that mean that I'm in trouble? Because this is what a 4:03. Oh! No! Yes, you saw that correctly. 403 is a real HTTP server code. And it is an error code. As you can see here in the 400s, in these code numbers, we have 403 meaning forbidden and 404 meaning not found. And this one's probably the most common one. Everybody gets an error 404 on their computer a lot. Like, usually when it's failing to load and it can't find it, it usually just says error 404 not found. And that is interesting because these codes can actually be divided into sections. And each of these, like the hundreds digit here, represents a different thing that it's representing. So the ones in the 100s are continuous, the ones in the 200s are success, the ones in the 300s are redirectional, the ones in the 400s are web client errors, like 404 and 403, and then in the 500s we have server errors, like 502, which is bad gateway, is another one that I see a lot. And normally I wouldn't say it as 400. Normally I wouldn't say it as 403. I would usually say it as 403, but this is just a rare case, and because obviously there's not 403 of these errors, right? And the highest number I've come across is 599, and obviously there's not 599 errors, because this is the first section, so they have to put a ones digit right here. Not sure why they did that. So, like, for example, error 100 is continue, 101 is switching protocols, and 205 would be content reset, and then 202 is accepted, and then 302 means found, as opposed to this one, which is not found. Womp womp. Not found. Oh, we found it. This is an unerror. So, an error 308 is permanent redirect. And the most relatable one is probably got to be 429, which is too many requests. Like, how is that an error? There doesn't need to be too many requests. I'm not an electronics expert, but I just don't really understand how too many people using something at once can lead to an error. But anyway, this is what they look like. That was a pretty weird fact that I learned yesterday, that 403 is a real error code. And as I said before, on 3 times in my Math Facts series outside of this video, I do not prefer to pronounce 101 as 101, because, as I mentioned in those 3 videos. But obviously there's not 101 of these errors. And if you're saying 101 as 101 instead of 101, that is quicker. But like if you're saying that in a rush, but usually I would say 101 in this case. And if there's an error code 53, I would say that as 53, because it's really not actually the 53rd error. So there you go.